Welcome to the fires of Sagittarius season and to the month of December. Who knew this was going to happen? I mean, we all did. We knew this was coming. But after 5 months of being retrograde, Neptune turns direct today. So that's a huge welcome. You should already be feeling quite a bit of relief, actually, today as we start moving into December. So this is really great to connect with all of you, get back to the roots, get back to this beautiful container, and to be able to just, talk about what's coming up. This next month is going to be really something. This is going to be where you're going to be thinking about your dreams or what you've been keeping dreaming or what you've been keeping in hibernation, and that it's time to come out of your cave and it's time to wake up and work that magic. Or whatever it is, really. Like, there's going to be so much that's going to be coming forward. And as we're quickly approaching this Sagittarius new moon on the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, this is also going to be a total solar lunar eclipse. Total solar eclipse, not lunar, solar, you can only have one. And what it's going to do, it's the final eclipse of the year. And with it, the solar eclipse brings a lot of unexpected opportunities. So just be ready, because Sagittarius is really about getting truth and uncovering it. And with the multiple changes that are happening through December, we have so much to cover this month, so much to get into in this cosmic forecast. And what's really incredible too is all the support, all the elevations, the accelerations, the quantifying, and just all around themes of perhaps what you've been in holding patterns since, I would say, throughout the entirety of 2021. December really brings a lot to the forefront. So we're going to be sitting in a lot of certain experiences and situations and healing themes, a lot of dynamics that are, we don't need to dive any deeper to the root cause or the foundational energy or the imprint, because we're through it, we're shifting it, we're moving on. And so really December is a turning point, and it's a lot of completion through the multiple astrological transiting planets, of course, including Neptune, which just shifted today and turning strong in the Sagittarius solar eclipse, Chiron going direct, Venus is going to go retrograde. There's also the third Saturn-Uranus square that's going to be happening, and the nodes of fate at 0 degrees Gemini Sagittarius. I wrote a lot of notes down. We got a lot of things to cover, and I might be flipping over some of the words because there's just so much to say. And the energy that's been coming through, finally, I would say in the last 2 months or 2 days, I felt everything shift. And I haven't felt this clear since before the pandemic. So I can imagine what you're all feeling as well too. Hi Edith, it's so nice to see you. And I hope, please go ahead, send questions if you got anything, and hopefully we'll get the messages on the bottom so that I can respond to them, because I don't know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll see what happens as we continue with this cosmic forecast. I also have a new deck. I can't wait to break it out and show it to you. It just got released a couple of days ago, and I was like so on the forefront to get these, so I'm really excited to crack them open. And I really want to get to some of the stuff that's going to be happening this month, because it is huge. So get ready for fires to ignite, to get moving, get your creativity and your energy flowing and moving things about, and especially starting off this weekend with that potent eclipse that's going to be happening, because this is one of the most powerful eclipses. That this one is signifying new beginnings, and this upcoming solar eclipse portal, depending on what time zone you're in, Friday or Saturday, is going to be happening. The energy is so intense. That last one knocked everybody out, and it's just been such an ending and shifts that we've been experiencing these last few days, and extreme amounts of sleep to be able to heal, to feel, to energetically just take a breather. I'm sure you're all feeling it. This is really moving ahead, and these eclipses have been so intense. This access line that we've been in ushers in a quantum acceleration towards new beginnings. And it's literally going to be rebirth on steroids. So get ready. Talk about a birthquake. And because you might find yourself, you've been asking all these questions of, how do I feel aligned to my soul's purpose? What are my next steps? How do I stand in my sovereignty, truth? How do I move forward with all this new earth energy, reality, connection? And with this upcoming Eclipse Gateway, we will definitely be exploring a lot of these themes around this new moon healing and upgrade that we're going to be experiencing, especially too because Chiron, or Chiron, I never know how to say this word, is also about us standing in our power and our truth. So this is also a planet that's going to be turning direct at the end of this month. So how do we shift our hologram and keep ourselves clearing these deep etheric distortions, but being able to release any wounds from Atlantis, from Lemuria, and being able to move on. So we'll be opening up a lot of our deeper psychic channels and our ancestral wisdom, and really accessing aspects of our ancient priestesshoods, and bringing forward to connect with our ancestors so that you can really tap in with your innermost magic. So this Eclipse Gateway this weekend, if you haven't already signed up for it, there's still room, there's still time. It's going to be extremely potent, and you also receive the activation from the previous meditation activation we had for the solar eclipse. So this is going to be a very powerful time to reaffirm your intentions, to be clear with where you wish to be, where you wish to go, where you wish to place your energy and your focus, so that you're able to really move ahead. This next 6 months is really going to be something, because there's going to be some triggers too that will be releasing some of our older fear-based patterns that go back to the distortions from Atlantis and Lemuria. But with us connecting with our magic, and now Neptune waking up, you're really going to feel just a lot more clarity, a lot more peace. And so on December 4th, as we experience this final solar eclipse, as we move forward, this astrological sign of Sagittarius combined with the south node of the moon is really going to awaken. Because the most important thing that you need to know with the Sagittarius total solar eclipse, that it marks an ending of an era for all of us, collectively and personally as well. So with this completion, this goes back to June of 2020. So really back to like almost the beginning of the pandemic, where you're going to find that a lot of this energy finally ends itself. It shifts itself out and moves on. And this South Node eclipse is a very powerful opportunity for karmic cleansing as well too. So during this time, we're going to be asked to purge any of our final old beliefs, thought forms, stories, any limitations, expansions through past lives of persecution, of fear, of the wounding that we've also had come up, also from our old past lives of Atlantis and Lemuria through this last year and a half, and just walk through. But move on, move through, and allow this final eclipse to also be aligned with the planet Mercury, which will give you mental rest. So a mental reset, mental rest, relief, you will really begin to feel this energy through this weekend. So hello, Corinne. Nice to see you. And as we step into this powerful reset, there was the lunar eclipse from the 2 weeks ago, which was the final of clearing, ending, finishing, washing out. Now we are at the complete end of this era. So there is such relief coming. Take a deep breath, just let go, have one of the biggest cleanses or ujjayi breath screams you've had in a long time, and just allow yourself to move forward, to move on. And this Neptune turning direct too ends the last 6 months too of any forms of illusion, wounding, paradises, pain, whatever shattering of illusions that no longer need to be there. And you're just able to move on, move forward. So we're going to find through this activation also too, coming up on the weekend, part of this moving forward releases a lot of the past. And in the ceremony and meditation, we'll also be releasing from our karma from within our DNA. So our blood, bones, and DNA. And our cells that retain the memories of our ancestors and our past lives will also be realigned, reconnected, so that we can move into these new quantum expansions of hope, of love, of truth, of moving forward, of transforming our karmic experiences that are no longer for our highest good. So tap into this courage, tap into this connection, come and join us for this incredible activation on the weekend. I'll put some of the details in the comment section so that you can check it out for those of you who want to come and join us. And releasing the lessons, the integration. There's just so much. There's so many words. So there's going to be a lot of great energies flowing through this month. Now, also too, we have the Portal of Ascension coming up on 12/12/12. And that, I got a little secret something for that, but I'll be posting that next week, because right now it's all about the eclipse. And then December 17th, 18th, around there, is when the sun crosses over the Galactic Center. So they believe the Galactic Center is about 27 degrees of Sagittarius. So I find usually between usually the 1st to like 15, 16, 17, those are the days that you really get magic. You really start to get a lot of visions. And this is the days of the year I like to be the most quiet, the most silent, the most just no sounds, so that I can really tap into what's coming in for the next year. And it's a lot of amazing energy that always comes forward. I always found the diamond encodements, light filaments, the new starseed codes, the angelic key codes, and the galactic key codes always come through at this time. So it's like you feel like you're having a divine light body activation, and it is also an initiation that moves us into the new year that's coming up, because I find a lot of this time is when your councils of light also always come around and hold the energy. They're the keepers and the holders of the highest codes of this realm, to allow us to step into the next phase, the next step, the next, you could say, initiators of the new golden age on Earth. But there is a real special period during those specific times, especially. So Portal of Ascension, 12/12/12, we will definitely have an initiation of light in the temple. That will be extraordinary. And of course, how can I not mention, we have New Year's Eve coming up. And what's so amazing is this year, it's going to be our 13th year of New Year's Eve with our journey to the Sphinx. But this year is going to be a little different. We're still traveling to the Sphinx, but there are new additions that are going to be added in for this amazing activation that we experience, where we go on a holographic journey to the Sphinx. And we have these two really intense, incredible deep dive activation meditation transmissions of light that we experience, where we clear up the previous year. So 2021 will be going into the Hall of Records and the Halls of Amenti through the Akashic Records this time. And there is, last year they kept talking about the Emerald Tablets, but it didn't show, which was interesting, because what I found was right afterwards was when we ended up having Mat show up, and it was completely unexpected. And her message that came forward was extraordinary. And so even though they kept mentioning about the Halls of Amenti, the Emerald Tablets, the Emerald Ray, they have now, in the last few weeks, I've been in very intense activations and sitting in ceremony, receiving the preparation for New Year's Eve already, which is incredible, because it's never been this early in all the years that I've done it. So there's going to be a lot more coming forward with that, but we're going to start putting that forward after the Portal of Ascension, because we have Solstice, we have Christmas, we have so much. And we also have the new moon in Gemini. I mean, I don't even know if I covered everything. I have point forms I wrote down to make sure I had everything. And sometimes I find like I'm flipping over some of the words because there's just so much. Oh, and Venus retrograde. Oh my gosh, how could I forget about that? That is going to be huge. Venus retrograde is in the sign of Capricorn this year. But what's so interesting, and I found a little piece of a blurb I found from Molly McCord that I really wanted to make sure that I mentioned to you. And here it is. Venus will be conjunct Pluto in Capricorn for most of December during both her direct and retrograde energies. So the gift of this energy is that you have a deeper and clearer understanding of your own value and personal value and self-worth, and anything that's out of alignment with awareness. But this Venus retrograde always brings up past lives issues, and usually happens about every 18 months or so. So I find I also like to do death rites around this time, the shamanic death rites. So we may even throw that into it'll be one of those events. The last time we did it was the last time we had Venus retrograde, which was back in around June of 2020. And that was also too when Venus had shifted and gone into her new 8-year cycle. So it's method to the madness. It's incredible how it always reveals itself. So with this retrograde being in Capricorn, old partners, dates, lovers, and individuals may also come back into your life and to see or try to reconnect with you and see if there's still a spark between you or anything else that could come up. But this is a time when you want to also review and reconsider, including whatever has happened in relationships within your life, structures, work relationships. And with the added conjunction of Pluto, it reveals what has significantly changed, and that there's a part of you that can't go back to the previous experience, and that how much you have outgrown. So you may also have a few visits from your former versions of yourself, because every time we heal, we demand and expect and heal and step into a new version of ourselves. We're going to see some old versions of ourselves with relationships, friendships, partnerships, or situationships, but from a new level of consciousness. So there's going to be a lot of awakening, a lot of aha moments, a lot of reckoning, I would say. And with Pluto in Capricorn, and I'm a Capricorn, so Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2007 or 8. Like, I'm so ready for this to end. But with Pluto in Capricorn, it's an extremely intense energy. And so it requires you to step into your power. It highlights where you're not also in your power, and personal integrity, self-respect, sovereignty. How do you connect with yourself? These are all the big steps in relationships of all kinds, and reveal to you when you're making those right and those strong choices for yourself based on the higher levels of self-love and compassion. And how do you honor, and how are you sincerely in need of a connection that is strong and worthwhile? How do you honor with yourself? So this is going to be a really interesting Venus retrograde. I mean, they always are, but this one specifically. And the last time we had a Venus retrograde, I believe, was in 2012, 2013, around that time. So think back to what happened at that time. What were you experiencing in your life at that time with the Venus retrograde? And see how now that comes to a close with this one. And you will feel also that you could also attract a powerful new connection that is connected to an alignment or mirror of all the work that you've done within yourself, and close out those karmic patterns. So may you be beautifully protected from any toxic relationships in all forms. Wishing you healed, beautiful energy, and especially the ones that you have outgrown and energetically completed towards your well-being, towards peace, and also towards allowing love into your life, and releasing whatever walls you placed around you to block love out as well. So it's interesting too. I found during that time, I was also, I led one of my groups to Sedona at the time, and I kept seeing the numbers 444, which I've never seen since. And only in the last couple of weeks has the angel numbers 444 been popping up everywhere. It's been crazy, but now I get it. It totally makes sense, because of course, all this new energy, all these new frequencies that are coming through, and especially this Venus retrograde, I'm kind of excited for it because it is in Capricorn, and I'm a Capricorn. So, and born on a new moon solar eclipse. So this should be interesting. But please let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling on this. Hi, Joanne. How's Chicago? And How is, let me know what you're feeling on that. Again, I'm not getting questions or anything. I'm just seeing like who's here, and it says waves. So, and last time it was like so many comments, and of course I didn't see anything until after the live was over. So I'll go back after and just make sure to answer the questions. The other thing I found too, now this is so cool. I can't wait to show you guys the grid that we created for this month. It is so loaded with magic. Holy smokes. And it's for the energy of Goddess Alchemy Collective, and or anyone who's within it, so that it really helps to sustain, hold, support your energy so that you're able to move forward and prepare for the grand finale of 2021 as we move into 22 and really step into this beautiful new energy. So let me show you what it is, and then we're going to open up. I wonder if I even have enough light, because it got really dark all of a sudden. And let's see how well you can see the grid. If not, I'll take a picture of it for you. But we have Merlinite. There is, let's see if you can see it here. So here you have Merlinite. There it is. This is Apophyllite. Merlinite is all about magic, all about connecting to your inner magician, Merlin, of course. Apophyllite is aligning with divine source, so you can get the clear messages. Herkimer diamonds for clear manifestation, clarity. I find that gives you magnetic clarity. It's really great, especially for your soul star chakra. And look at these gorgeous blue moonstones, 2 on either side, anchored by selenite to bring in the new frequencies, all the new beautiful energy of moving into 2022, but anchoring the new frequencies of light, the initiations of light that we're going to be experiencing over the next few months. And then anchored also through the symbol of the pentagram, calling it earth, air, water, fire, ether by Amethyst, which was wild because these amethyst pieces are from Thunder Bay. And so they are really powerful, potent crystals. And underneath you see this gorgeous piece of rose quartz and another piece. This is, believe it or not, amethyst. Look at this color. This is such a powerful, powerful piece. Anchored to bring in, so this is the anchoring part, Lemurian quartz. So you tell me that is going to be super, super powerful. And just igniting it by the space of this gorgeous singing pyramid, which I got from Sage Goddess, and I can't remember the key that it's in. I want to say C, but I'm not exactly sure. Oh, just feel that gorgeous energy. Woo! And then, what's interesting is I keep getting the energy of a hag stone also being very important as we step into. This is also the time of the crone. And I'm so excited too for our Sophia Magdalene priestesses that will be connecting again for our rose ceremony in a few weeks, which is super exciting because we're going to be into the white rose, and it's just going to be beautiful. So, and I want to introduce you to my new deck. This is called Gateways of Light. It's so crazy. I've been seeing this deck for months in the ethereal realm, and it wasn't until about a month ago when they said that it comes out last Monday, and I just happened to see it on Amazon, and I pre-ordered it. Look at this already. Memories of Atlantis coming up. Well, that just goes with everything that we've talked about through the month of December. And let's see what other cards we pull. Wow, the Divine Matrix. How shocking. An Earth Star connection, which is exactly what's happening. Anchoring in the new, bringing in, stepping forward, birthquake into the new Earth, movement forward, and the interconnectedness of the flower of life, which is so amazing. So with all the starseed connections, our key codes, angelic lights, expect to receive deeper and deeper presence as we, of course, align with the I Am presence. calling in our higher selves, Christed embodied selves, Ascended Master Goddess Sophia Essence, as we step in, through, and around, moving forward in our own, not only temples of light, holding on to this beautiful sovereign energy, and Gaia Gateway activations. Look how beautiful this card is. These cards are incredible. I just absolutely adore them. And they really bring a lot of wisdom forward. And the final card I pulled, we're being watched over by the Hathors. And their energy is incredible. They're the ones that bring forward a lot of the living light transmissions. And they really help to give us that full system upgrade. So they're really holding the space. Look at the illumination too on the mind on this. These cards are incredible. And oh, it says power recall, which is also balancing of power as we have Pluto and Capricorn aligned through this Venus retrograde. So this month is wild. We'll be in the Hall of Learning, Hall of Records, Amenti halls. There's a lot coming up for us, especially through the Sphinx Gateway. I hope you join us for that. I'll be posting about that. I'll be coming online a lot because there's a lot happening this month. And I'm off tour, so I'm not back on tour till January. So I got some time. So, and I've been filming a lot of stuff too for TikTok. So there's a lot of readings in there and information. So if anybody wants to follow, please come on over there. I'm Galactic Diva on TikTok. And I just want to send you guys all so much love, and for being here, for being present, for being in this incredible space. And I'm wishing you all an incredible December. Mwah.